How will this training help you reach the goals? It won't. This training won't help us reach the goals at all. We've been doing these courses for years and it doesn't make a blind bit of difference. That was a conversation that I had with somebody when I was evaluating training opportunities for volunteers in a non-profit organisation. That was back in about 2002, I think. I was doing that work. It was for my dissertation. I was doing a Bachelor of Education in Workplace Training at the time, and my dissertation was evaluation of training opportunities in a non-profit organisation. And there were five questions that I asked in a semi-structured interview sort of type format. Firstly, I established the goals that the organisation were working towards, and then I asked people, volunteers. I selected 20 out of 150, and I asked them these questions. Firstly, these are the goals. What do they mean to you? If these goals were accomplished, what would it mean for the community you serve? What would it mean for the organisation itself here? What would it mean for your team, your department? And what would it mean for you personally? And the second question was, how do you think these goals can be achieved? Who needs to be involved? What do they need to know? And what do they need to be able to do? And then the third question was, what are you doing to reach the goals? And the fourth question is, what problems and difficulties are you experiencing trying to reach these goals, working towards these goals? And then the fifth question was, how will the training help you to reach the goals? Now, for the purposes of this video, don't lock into number 5 as being asking about training. That last question could be whatever you want to evaluate the effectiveness of. So you might be looking at the effectiveness of the core values of your organisation or your team. How do the core values help you, for argument's sake? How does the structure of the organisation help you? How do I help you, or how can I help you reach the goals? But the key thing is here, with these evaluation questions, what you're doing is uncovering, with question 1, what do these goals mean to you? What you're looking for is an understanding of what the goals will accomplish for the customer, for the organisation, for the individual. So you're looking at a motivation there and an understanding of the importance and relevance of the goals that people are working towards. How can these goals be achieved? What you're looking for then is an understanding of how the big picture. Does somebody have an understanding of the big picture? Of who needs to be involved and doing what? You're looking at that overview of the whole organisation and the particular department that somebody's working in, and the relevance of other departments and teams as well. And then, what are you doing to reach the goals? You're looking when you ask that, you're asking what knowledge and skills do you bring to bear. So again, this is looking at somebody's understanding of how they're contributing. It was quite interesting actually when I did this evaluation in the non-profit sector organisation. All the goals were outward focused into the community. And when I asked, what do the goals mean to you? Everybody was totally signed up. Oh, if we accomplish these goals, it'll mean all the work we've been doing over the last 10, 15 years will be totally worthwhile. how can these goals be accomplished? Well, it needs everybody to be 100% involved. We can't have 20% doing the 80%. There has to be a synergy. There has to be everybody getting involved, 100% doing 100%. And then when I asked, what are you doing to reach the goals, then the outward focus changed then. So I work in this team and this department, and I do this, this and this, which is internal. And so then what was showing up there, that there were very few efforts being made to actually work in the community. It was all organisation focused inward, meeting the rules and regulations of the organisation rather than trying to reach the goals. Okay, so then what problems and difficulties are you having? What surfaced there? People were describing basically poor teamwork, poor communication, poor problem solving, and the theoretical framework for the way an organisation should work effectively includes good teamwork, good communication, good problem solving. People were describing the problems and difficulties in those areas. And then, how does the training help you? Well, it won't, because we've been doing these courses for years. It doesn't make any difference. And what I found was that all the training that the organisation was providing didn't contain the elements necessary to develop communication, teamwork, problem solving. So the training was basically futile in regards to helping the volunteers achieve their objectives. And so because they weren't able to move towards their objectives, then there was a sort of motivation, and this is the leaders of the organisation were describing to me problems with lack of motivation, lack of turning up to do the voluntary work that people had signed up for, and so there was this general disengagement. Okay, so if we then take these same things over into the workplace, managers are trying to have people motivated, engaged, good communication, good teamwork, good problem solving, but unless the organisation has properly prepared people with these soft skills, and again this is going to relate back to the structure and the video I did on structure and purpose. Okay, so when you have a structure that is hierarchical with a formal use of power and authority, routine and mechanistic ways of working, predominance of one-way communication, what I call the system. This is a system that typically stifles communication and teamwork, and it absolutely kills critical thinking and creativity. So there's my I call them the $5 million questions, evaluation questions, and I'm Steve Dines, management coach, helping managers break away from the forces that hold them back. Hopefully these questions will help you uncover those forces that are operating in your workplace, and catch you next time. Bye for now.